watching 1700 on Channel 31 with Natalia and Ebony. And right now, we are very lucky to be joined by the wonderful Drest.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Cheers, I'm well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So we just seen your incredible performance of One-Way-Ticket. So what's the feedback been like? It's been out for like a week. So yeah, what's feedback been like?
It came out like Wednesday last week, I suppose, and it's a lot different from the last one. And a lot different from my previous stuff. It's very much more in the pop realm, so a bit of a shock to a few people. But yeah, the feedback's been good overall. It's a lot more of a mature sound than what I've done previously, so yeah, no complaints.
So you usually have quite interesting backstories for most of your songs. So what actually inspired you to write One-Way-Ticket?
Yeah, usually it's some funny personal stories, but yeah, overall it's about the wrestling between both sides of your head, or I suppose between your head and your heart. I think like the logical side of you versus that natural emotional part that you can't do much about, unfortunately, which is like the one-way ticket away is the logical side of getting away from this past relationship that I'm talking about, and what I really want is your long-term permission to stay is like that emotional side coming out. So it's like the juxtaposition of that, and the verses are just sort of reminiscing on memories. And yeah, the bridge is where it's like very honest and, you know, really lays it down. But yeah.
Yeah, I love the meaning behind the lyrics there. So you had Amelia Dumas on guitar on your previous single. So did you collaborate with anyone on this current track that we would know of?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, shout out Emilio. He is crazy on the guitar. We have so many songs sitting in my demos folder right now. It's not funny. From like not many sessions. Our first session we had like, I think we made like 4 songs in like 2 hours or something. It was something, and someone was one of those songs. And yeah, for this song, I worked with Riverine. Riverine Audio is his audio name. And yeah, he's worked with people like YG Martyr and Kill Carter and stuff like that on additional production. So I played all the instruments, had a session with him, sort of swap a few sounds out and add a few layers and flesh it out, make it sound a bit more finished. And then, yeah, I mixed it and gave it to Trey Tui to master.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. So your style has kind of been described as a Dear Diary pop-focused hip-hop by Declan Burns of Triple J. You started out as an artist when you were in high school. How do you think your sound has actually evolved between then and now?
Well, nothing was good back then. Looking back, I do have a lot of that music. It's not publicly available, but I do have a lot of that music like still sitting in deep dark folders on my computer. But yeah, I think overall like the music's just got better. I used to make more like electronic hip hop, sort of like synth bass kind of stuff. And yeah, now I make more indie pop, rock, hip hop, somewhere in the middle there, because I like to, you know, play instruments and that. So yeah, now the sound's a lot more intentional, and it's maturing, I suppose.
And you're going to release an album with all that old stuff just for funsies?
Never. It's never coming out.
Fair enough.
They're pretty funny. I mean, compared to the Kid Laroi in All Day, do you enjoy that comparison, or do you think it's more pressure for you to live up to that name?
Oh, I do. I'm full stands of the Kid Laroi in All Day. I saw they're bringing out a Kid Laroi Macca's meal now. I'm going to be one of the first in line to go get that. And yeah, All Day was like the soundtrack to my high school. Like since I was like 13, it was pretty much on repeat for me. So yeah, it's a big honour to be, you know, put up next to those people.
Yeah. And so it's actually been a year since 1700 has last interviewed you. What's been a major highlight for you in the past year?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's great. We're not in stage 4 lockdown anymore. I think we were. I remember, you know, through a little Zoom session we did that. Yeah, just doing shows and meeting people and stuff like that. It's good to have everything in person, like real sessions, real meetings, real shows, and you know, stuff like this. It's great.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're going to have a bit more of an interview with the band next, so stay tuned and we'll speak to you soon.
Welcome back to 1700. We're now joined by Drest, Henley and Keep Safe. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
How we doing?
Very good.
Well, very well.
Would you like to introduce everyone to...
Yes, I have. On my right, Henley, who is my regular DJ at shows, and my good friend Isaiah, otherwise known as Keep Safe, who's playing the lead guitar and helping me out.
Yeah, sick. So you guys have a good chemistry on stage when you're performing. have you guys known each other for a long time, or is this a new collaboration? What's up with that?
I've known Isaiah for a while. We went to school together. He's a couple of years older than me, and then like school together nowhere near Melbourne, and then we just both moved here, ended up mixing in the same circles, and had a few sessions, did a couple of live things together, and here we are. And Hindley helped me out for a show one day when my DJ pulled out, and he was just really good, so I've had him every show since.
It's true.
He'll tell you it was good too.
How did you, Hindley, and Keepsafe meet? How did you guys meet?
Probably
just through Tristan.
Yeah, through Tristan, and I think initially through Steph as well.
Oh, yeah, it would have been
a friend of ours.
Cloud to the Rain show maybe.
Yeah.
Because he supported Steph, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got some sort of fit going on here. You've got the whites and the blacks. Talk us through that. Did you do that on purpose? Is there meaning behind it? Or is it
Yeah,
just...
we missed the Converse memo
Yeah.
there.
It's actually it's a funny story about that today.
Yeah, it's a really funny story.
So I said we rehearsed yesterday, and I said we're gonna wear a white top. I said we're gonna wear a white shirt, black pants. So we rock up white shirts, like t-shirts, and he comes in a button up. He's like, "Why are you wearing a button up?" It's like, "Is this a white shirt?" He's like, "Nah, shirt's a button up."
Yeah,
You're wearing
and
a
we can
tee.
ask the audience what shirt means, because I'm pretty sure shirt means it has buttons.
Can we get
I
collars
agree.
clean?
Yeah,
To
if
be
you want
honest,
to put
I'd
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
think the
I
same
wouldn't
thing.
say,
Well, I
unless
just
you
didn't
put a
think too much
T.
about it.
in exactly, and so I've rocked up here looking like I've just ran from a wedding, and they're all cool, casual, calm, collective, and I look like
But you do look good though.
I look,
You look
well,
snazzy.
I look sharp, but like, yeah, that's the upside, and now you guys look worse for it, so that's the downside.
Bit rough there.
I've also noticed that, Tristan, you have a Drest ring there.
I do.
Um,
Does the camera need to see it? Is that how this works? Is that how this works when we hold that up?
They'll
We
probably be able to
heard
promise.
that there might be a funny story behind that, or a story in general. You got
Behind
a
the-
Cruise 21st.
Behind the ring. Yeah, a bunch of my mates chipped in and got me a ring for my 21st. And yeah, I just got it the other day. So I've been wearing it every day since.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's my Drest logo, I suppose.
Like Lucky
So-
Charm.
Makes me look
Yeah.
cool.
Just on that, so where did the name Drest come from? Was there any inspiration behind that, or was it just
No, I
a
was like-
random word?
When I started making terrible music on GarageBand when I was like 15, I was like, all rappers have a name. Like, no one goes by their own name in hip hop, and I used to make hip hop. Like, that's all I listened to. And so I just needed a name, and then I was just like Googling random stuff, and Drest is an old derivative to Tristan, my real name. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then looked it up on Spotify. No one else had that name, and it's just stuck. So yeah.
Well, that wasn't the full name though. Hey, I remember in
Ah,
high
here
school.
we go.
Story
I
there.
I had like a bit after it for like a year, and then that was it.
What was that?
Still,
Yeah.
what was
I've never
it?
heard that.
So the name was Drest, and that was of the round table afterwards, because I think Drest or Tristan was Night at the Round Table, and I was like, that's kind of, because I didn't want it to
kinda
be
hard.
one thing. I wanted it to be like a long thing at the time, and then I realized it was cringe. I was like 16. We can.
Very Monty
yeah.
Python.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
true,
Monty
very true.
Python.
And yeah, so I cut
Well,
that
my
off,
frame,
and
man.
yeah, here we are with the singular name.
Thank you for bringing up that story.
course,
that was a
yeah.
gem.
I fully forgot about that. Yeah.
Bring
a
it back,
smart
I
move.
say. Why not?
Do you have any more stories from back in the day that you can spill to us? Little secrets
No.
of Dress?
Not really. Like, yeah, we were kind of separated by a couple of years at school, so
Yeah, my
Like-
older sister was in Isaiah's.
yeah. So, like, all I knew was that he made music and I made music, and it wasn't until like afterwards, like we linked up in Melbourne, and it's been kind of crazy, like seeing him get all this stuff done, and you know, it's pretty cool to see. Like, yeah.
Do you get recognised a bit? Do you go back home in small town type vibe and everyone's like,
Oh.
oh.
Everyone knows me anyway. It's very small. Like everyone just knows everyone. It's a small town.
Are you all from the same town?
No,
Absolutely.
no. So we're from a similar area, but I went to school like an hour from where I lived. I lived on like a farm in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and yeah, we just like neighbouring towns, I suppose.
Why?
Yeah,
I'm
Alex,
from
you're
Perth.
Yeah.
I'm
You're from
A
Perth.
bit further
yeah.
out entirely, yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Another rural area.
Little small town.
Yeah,
In the
small
middle
town.
of the desert or
Might have
something.
heard it.
Tammy Paula's from there.
How did you end up in
Yeah.
Melbourne then?
I caught a plane
No.
from here to there.
Funny that.
I did music for a number of years, about 6 years in Perth, and then I had all that was on the table in Perth, and then decided that I wanted to move to a new place and start over. Came here with the pursuit of doing music. So I came here at the end of 2019, just in time for coronavirus to come around. But yeah, so that's why I moved here. Yeah.
Are you doing anything separately to Drest?
Yeah, so as a solo musician, I'm Hindley, and then I do a very similar thing that I do with Tristan for 2 other artists in Melbourne, one called Remedy and one called Lashes, which the new job title I've been given is musical director, which I don't really like, but basically just take someone's songs and then turn it into like a full-blown set.
Yeah.
But with Tristan, it's much more like having fun on stage and jumping around and being silly. With them, it's a bit more involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so speaking of Lashes, you recently opened for them. What was that experience like?
So much fun. New crowd for me. And yeah, I'd never done the venue before or anything, but yeah, it was so much fun. Like a really good experience. And yeah, Lashes is her set is insane.
And were you both there, or was it just Hindley? You there? No.
Yeah, just Hindley this time. Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't there for that
Yeah.
one.
Do you have plans to all perform together a lot more, or it's just...
Yeah, I want to get the band thing going in the future.
Okay, yeah.
Want to have a bit more time to rehearse. Maybe the coming up shows. Try and slide that into a few songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment it's just like me with a microphone, and we've got a bunch of separate show mixes that Alex runs behind me and sings along.
So you prefer that you'd have an actual band with you rather than just the one-man show thing? You're not really
Yeah,
vibing that
there's
as much?
benefits of both. It's so much fun just like running around on stage, singing and like singing over your own stuff, harmonies and stuff like that. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
eventually I want to end up doing more band live stuff.
Yeah, cool.
And would you guys be down for something like that? Is that something you'd want to experiment with in the future? Just separate answers here?
You first.
Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you actually play an instrument?
Like,
Putting
Thank
you on the
God, yeah.
spot.
yeah, for sure. Like, my background's in like band live music, so coming over here and doing like more poppier hip hop stuff, like it's so much fun, just like changing it up. And yeah, I don't know, Tristan has an energy about him. Hindley certainly does. So it's good for a bit of a mix up with like different people. And yeah.
And you've just announced a couple of new shows coming up in Melbourne and Albury, so what can we expect from those shows?
I did. You can expect to see me in Albury on 10th of June. Free show, all ages. And I'm here on the 18th of June at Stay Gold, which will be the biggest shows I've ever done. And yeah, lots more energy, more songs, probably band stuff as well. So
Super exciting. We can't wait to see them.
So can we get some socials here? Where can we find you? Links, YouTubes. We'll start with Hindley.
Hindley on everything, Hindley, just on absolutely everything.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm kid_Drest on everything. So DREST. DREST on Spotify and all that. And yeah, that's me.
I'm at Isaiah Keep Safe on Instagram, and I play music with @TheDelirious. So yeah.
Beautiful. So that's actually all from us today. Thank you to the incredible Drest, Hindley and Keep Safe for joining us here in studio for a live performance of Drest's new single, OneWayTicket, and an interview. So yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Cheers, thanks for having
Don't
us.
Thank
forget,
you
if you
very
want to
much.
catch some behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 1700_TV, or catch up on our past performances on YouTube at 1700TV.
Remember to turn on your TV and tune in online next week at 5 p.m. on Wednesday and Friday for our next installment.
We'll see you next time.